First off, I want to thank the brave men and women who work behind the wall. I want to thank them on a national level because their job goes unrecognized.
How do they try to turn a guard?
Well, correctional officer. Sorry, I apologize. But correctional officer. How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi, host of Tier Talk. Great discussion today me and Russ had about being safety and security minded the whole way through. The moment you enter that parking lot, but it's not just about the parking lot. It's about even when you're at that Wawa. A lot of people overlook safety and security concerns when they park their car. That's the key. Now, we're going to talk about both in the prison setting, when you're parking the car inside the institutional parking lot, but also maybe when you're getting that coffee at the Wawa, just things to be mindful of. And me and Russ are using a unique format. We're using Zoom, but we're going to try to do it where I'm able to upload a video. iCloud, he downloads it, puts it on YouTube unlisted. I take the video and then post it up. We'll do some edits too, but this is a great format because we're able to help us to do more material on the fly where me and him could work together. So it's a good trial, if you will, and I think it's pretty cool just to get that information out there. This is definitely needed information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right to the video of us talking on Zoom, and it's a brief discussion. Hopefully you guys can add and compliment. And again, it's something that we need to discuss. Mindset, the moment you park your vehicle in that institutional parking lot. All right, go ahead, guys. And that's me and Russ. Go. How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi, host of Tier Talk. Me and Russ are trying this new format. It is using Zoom from the phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record it, send it to Russ in an email, and then Russ will download it, send it back to me on YouTube, and I will download that and then edit it. And today, this is going to be a pilot program, so hopefully it works. But today we're going to be talking about how safety and security starts the moment you enter the gate and park that vehicle. There's a lot of mistakes that we make when we're parking our vehicle, a lot of security concerns that we kind of just neglect or overlook that we're going to kind of remind you guys of today. And the cool thing is I saw this older video. I posted it on my community board. You guys have got to watch it because there's other things that they mentioned. But again, one of the top concerns were basically safety and security the moment you park your car, keeping your mind right from when you enter that gate. And obviously I can't have a better guest on than Russ Hamilton. Russ, you think this is a needed topic?
Yeah, absolutely so, because, that's one of the points that we get to, that we tend to start letting our guard down and thinking about what's going to be going on the day, and we're not centered and we're not focused on what's going on right at that moment.
Well said, Russ. So we come back from our sponsors, guys. We're going to be discussing a few safety tips for when you're parking that car in the institutional parking lot. Now, guys, if you haven't, the show Tier Talks for you, you brave men and women that work in corrections. So please subscribe, interact, engage, comment, hit that bell. That bell's going to notify you every time you post a video, guys. And I cannot reinforce this enough. The more you engage, the more you comment, the more you share the videos, the more you keep binge watching the videos, it helps me grow because YouTube recognizes that, and then we'll produce it on the algorithm. So if you guys get a chance, hit that like, please get some comments in, because the more activity, the more YouTube says, okay, let's promote these videos. And that will help me reach my milestone of 20,000. That's my next one. All right, guys, we'll come back from our sponsor. We'll be discussing parking lot safety. Stand by.
I wanted to attend a university that had an intelligence program. I wanted to look at problems different. I wanted to increase my critical thinking abilities. AMU offered those avenues to expand. Obtaining your degree as an adult, you're actually paying yourself and investing in yourself. You can't put a dollar on it. It's priceless. It's something that can never be taken away from you.
American Military University. Learn from the leader.
All right, Russ, we're going to keep this quick, Russ, because it is Sunday. So thank you for taking your time out and doing this.
You betcha.
Yeah, I need you, man. I need you for this topic today. So let's first talk about our mindset the moment we enter the facility. Guys, our mind should be right the moment we start driving into work. That's the key. So the moment that we go into that facility, our mind should be already in that safety and security mode. Correct, Russ?
It should be, but you know the way it is. You've just woken up. You got issues with your kids, something you were talking to your wife. Your head's not in the game yet. You're driving, moving through traffic. And honestly, I think a lot of us, we're not in that condition yellow yet. We're still, condition white, where we're oblivious. We should always try and be in condition yellow where we see what's going on around us and, taking the proper safety precautions to do everything, whether you're going back and forth to work or not.
Well, I like what you said about a distracted mindset, because some of these concerns that we're going to mention today pretty much are because the person has a distracted mind. Maybe they're on their cell phone as they're securing their vehicle, or someone starts to talk to them and they totally forget that they left their keys in the door, or maybe not lock the vehicle. So the first thing I want to talk about, definitely, guys, this is just simple 101 here, is your car being secured and making sure that those keys are not in your door, not in your car, but taken with you to another secured area in the facility, whether it's a locker room or if, like me, I have an office, I secure it in the office. But there are a lot of times where, thank God we have Rover Patrol, where they're doing their rounds and all of a sudden they look and they see a vehicle with the key still inside the door. And again, to me, that's a distracted mindset. What's your thoughts on that, Russ?
Yeah, and keys are just, one part of a lot of, bad security procedures that we can get into the habit of. Just leaving things out in the car. A lot of different places, some of them might have a good secure area, but even then you need to be in the habit, not just where you can, I can afford to make mistakes here. No, you can't. You need to develop those habits where you have good security habits so that you're doing the same thing every time so that you don't miss anything.
I like that, getting yourself into a routine. And guys, I know a lot of us be on the phone, we're exiting that vehicle, we're having a great conversation. Sometimes our attention is more focused to the conversation than it is to actually what we're doing in that moment. We need to make sure that we're more focused on what we're doing in that moment. And the key is end that conversation at least right before you go to exit that vehicle and double check everything. Because I can't emphasize this enough, because I've been guilty of it once or twice where I'm just not paying attention, and something as simple as leaving my key in the car door, going inside the facility and having someone call me up later on and say, hey, Gange, we got your key in center control. It's a foolish mistake, but it's because my mind wasn't there and I'm totally distracted.
Absolutely. You got to watch out for those distractions, because that's the time where you've really made yourself the most vulnerable. And that's what we do. We make ourselves vulnerable. It's not the outside world that's doing it to us. We're the ones responsible for that. So there's a mental checklist that you should be going through before you go out to get in your car and come to work. And then it should be from the moment you exit your door, it's game on. When you finally do get to that gate or whatever, you already want to have thought about, okay, did I have my weapon in the car? I got to make sure I get that checked. Got to make sure that I divest myself of anything that I shouldn't have. Do I have, for those of you that use tobacco products, divest yourselves of that. Do you have your own private handcuff keys? You should be getting rid of those. Most places, that's a real no-no. I know, if you've got a place where you've got 800 or 900 officers coming in and out, you can't have everyone bringing in their own personal handcuff keys. It's a huge, huge security breach, especially when you have some stone-cold killers that are looking to take advantage of something like that.
And it's great you touched on the handcuff keys real quick, and then we'll cut right back to the parking lot thing, is that when you have people bringing in their own personal handcuff keys, you know for a fact that if those handcuff keys get missing, they're not reporting it, and there's no way you can be held accountable for that. And plus, it's not going to be on the tool inventory. So you're going to have floating handcuff keys just out there, and no one's going to know it. So again, I would advise 100%, don't bring in personal handcuff keys. Check that. Also, your car. Treat your car like your house. When you're on that grounds, that's like your mobile home. That's your personal stuff inside that vehicle. Protect it at all costs. You know what's funny? Something foolish I was never thinking was, I used to be in the habit of when I was at home, I'd park my cars and I'd be like, okay, well, if I don't lock the door tonight, not a big deal, until someone came by and said, Gange, your garage door opener. Secure your car. Because if someone can get into your car, they can hit the garage door opener and now get into your house. So now for me, every day I'm checking, making sure, it's just something as simple as that, but every day I'm checking to make sure that my car door is secured. So now if I bring that car onto state grounds, my number one priority is to make sure that I protect my private property. Again, especially because of risk to the facility. What about uniforms? There's a lot of people that have a spare uniform in the car. Now you leave your car unlocked, you have these ground details that walk by that may see that. They may see you, going through parts of your uniform, taking stuff off, putting stuff on, because some people actually dress in the parking lot, which is crazy, but it's true. And then they see people undressed in the parking lot. Again, not for me, maybe just putting on their shirt, which is still unprofessional. When you wear any part of your uniform, the whole uniform should be on. But with that said, inmates that walk the grounds, they can see that. So now you have your car door unlocked. Russ mentioned the potential for a weapon. Hopefully you're checking that weapon in, but good point, Russ. Also, just personal information, because a lot of us may leave our car registration in there, which is obvious, some people may even leave their wallet inside, their cell phone inside their car. And then you have a uniform. It's just a wealth of information. It's not just once you're in the parking lot. It's also when we tend to drive to places and we're too lazy to take our tool belts out. We're too lazy to take our vest out of the vehicle. We're not realizing that if that vehicle was ever get stolen, look at the stuff that's being taken. Your duty belt, your vest, take that in with you at night. That's how we don't realize that. I'm not just talking also about parking inside the facility. Maybe when you're parking at the Wawa to get your coffee in the morning. And another thing is, again, I think, in my opinion, the only time you tend to leave your vehicle unlocked, because I would like to think we have a safety and security mind, is because our mind is distracted. So again, I like what Russ said about getting yourself into that routine. And my advice would be, if you're on the phone, hang it up, give yourself a second before you exit the vehicle, just to make sure that everything's properly secured and you have what's with you that needs to be taken inside. It's no different when you leave the facility and you pat frisk yourself to make sure that you don't have, let's say, your set of keys on you. Just give yourself a moment to check yourself before you enter the facility, and give yourself a moment to secure your vehicle, and make sure that, hey, ask yourself, if anybody broke into this vehicle right now and were able to take what's in my vehicle, what would they be taking? That's the key.
Absolutely. Just be doing those checks. These are common things that, you carry that habit with you from the time you get there. It's the same thing when you're inside, when you've got your utility belt on and all of your equipment, through the day, every 5-10 seconds, you should be thinking about, where is my equipment at? Did I lose anything? Did I set anything down? Did something fall off? And these are just good habits to get into, so that, a little thing doesn't become a big thing down the road.
Right. And now another vehicle we were talking about earlier today were pickup trucks that have the toolboxes. I mean, how many times do we see pickup trucks that drive onto the facility that leave the toolbox that's in the back of the pickup truck unsecured? And Russ, what could be in those toolboxes?
If it's a situation, especially if you maybe have a crew of inmates that come through, picking up litter or something like that, and someone's not watching them, well, you've got tools in there. Potentially you could have something that loose ammunition. We're all, hunters and target shooters and everything like that. They could get into something that's, an escape critical tool. Like I said, a piece of ammunition. Maybe they get a hold of something that they're able to sell on the inside, if you have cigarettes or some kind of tobacco, and the list just goes on and on. But I think the first couple of things that I covered, are bad enough, because you don't want to end up providing inmates with a weapon or a way to make a weapon.
Right, and obviously a lot of those things in those toolbox, even though they serve as a tool, they can easily be used as a weapon, like an axe. It depends on what it is that the person's utilizing that pickup truck for, but that toolbox for. But guys, you have to make the effort to make sure that's secured, or if possible, if you have another vehicle, bring the other vehicle. Sometimes even people have stuff connected to their vehicle, or even in the pickup truck, like another vehicle, like a dirt bike or something that they don't properly have chained up. Now you get an inmate that's running loose. Yes, I know they're full men, but sometimes they can be very impulsive, and they're able just to take the dirt bike and take off. I mean, Russ, have you ever seen anybody come on grounds with like let's say another vehicle or something inside the pickup truck? It's sad, because we've done a lot of videos on complacency, because complacency is built out of convenience. So what happens is a lot of people get into this habit of making it easier, like, oh, I don't want to have to check in my weapon, or, I don't want to have to, I'm tired, I don't want to have to bring in my duty belt, I don't want to have to bring in my uniform, whatever it is. They don't realize that the stuff that they're leaving in their vehicle can hold a potential threat to anybody, whether it's on the outside, the facility, or definitely on the inside of the facility. But those habits that you're creating on the outside of the facility, like leaving the stuff in the vehicle and not carrying your wallet, whatever it is, that's going to travel with you inside the facility because you're just going to have that same mindset. So the reminder here is that the moment you enter the grounds, or even just like Russ said, even on the outside, when you're at that Wawa getting a coffee, what are you leaving in the vehicle? What happens if that vehicle gets stolen? What's getting out there to the community? A uniform with your name on it, just out of curiosity. And also coming back into that facility, just being distracted and not really paying attention to the moment and knowing that right now you're being watched. Inmates are watching you. They're seeing you not lock that door. They're looking for you to either manually lock it or push that button and hear that horn. And when they don't hear it, they know that car was not secured. That car was not locked. Just a simple behavior. Like, I bet you there are inmates that know exactly what car you're driving. They know exactly your routine the moment you step out that vehicle. So the moment they don't see me turn back and manually put the key in the lock or maybe click that button to get that horn off, they know what? They know that that car is not secured. And if they ever have to do something impulsive, your car is going to be the one that they're going for.
That's right. Don't think that inmates don't make notes on who's doing what, because the easiest thing for an inmate to predict is a habit.
You're 100% correct, Russ. Now, guys, this was just a quick topic to cover. Me and Russ just wanted to get it out. It's a Sunday morning. But again, the topic is meant to engage conversation. It's not an all-inclusive topic. I'm sure you guys can add other safety and security measures inside the comments below. I would greatly appreciate that because, again, we just wanted to start the dialogue, give out some information, and then let's see where the dialogue goes, just so we can become more cognizant. That's all. So, Russ, do you have anything you want to say in closing?
Just stay aware. Know what your surroundings are. I've had bad things happen to me in very close proximity to the institution before, and you know what? It's no joke. It's no joke.
Yeah, guys, keep that mindset. Russ is 100%. That distracted mindset's a killer, both inside and outside the wall. I think it's just a needed topic that we had to get out there. So, Russ, thank you for taking the time and doing that. And guys, if you haven't, please comment, members, share. Just some form of engagement because it will help boost us on that YouTube algorithm. And as always, guys, the show is Tear Talk. It's done for you brave men and women that work in correction. So please be safe. Take care.